So the scabs, the gate, did you put them there? The scabs? She raised her eyebrow. You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least. It's implied she's open to discuss this matter with you later. All right. And what about this Union boss, Mr. Clare? Everard Clare is a man of the most utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's he always puts the interest of the workers first. Really? That wasn't the impression I was getting. Oh, of course not. Everett is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. Well, it can't be that bad. He's the most corrupt individual I've ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there's anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Wait, there are two of them? Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does. And when one term as foreman is up, the other takes over. Okay, so lazy eye is fake brother. Everett does not have a lazy eye. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. And what about the union itself outside the brothers Clare? The Debardeau's Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. She adjusts her hair. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into, how do you say? She hesitates, looking for the right expression. A mob. The lieutenant says succinctly, the Debardeaus are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them. Refreshingly honest, officer, she nods. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everett and his brother. She turns to you. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeau's Union is... Well, it's, an effective advocate for the rights of the local working men. Oh, why do you think so? Her voice is calm and there's only curiosity there. What she calls corruption is simply an aesthetic category. Well, I don't know about that. Talking in aesthetic categories is the privilege of the overclass. From what I've seen, most people are just trying to survive. Point taken, she falls silent. The crow's feet in the corner of her eyes deepens. She looks to the city behind you, then to the coast. But enough about Everard. What else can I do for you? One more thing. You said something happened in the elections? Oh, I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared. Disappeared? Yes, the other day, the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and she said she wasn't running anymore. We're coming to work. Ever. End of story. Sounds like it might be some kind of extortion. Oh, indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the representation is these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with them. Okay. Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine. All right, let's change the topic a little bit here. Listen, what can you tell me about this lynching? Oh, quite a few things, I'm afraid. She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something. Hello. Secret task. Okay. Wild Pines rep. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers. Oh boy. Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. The lieutenant hands her a piece of blue plastic. I'm Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. He points to you. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice. How curious. She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you. Why is that, detective? 'Twas stolen by some artist, surely. Best to pin the blame on them. Everyone knows you can't trust artists. Well, to be honest, some artist type stole my badge, and it was a mistake to trust him. Oh, you mean someone stole your badge? Her brow is slightly arched. And I said it was for performance. You know how artists are nowadays. Well, I don't, in fact. She shakes her head. I'm afraid what I need to tell you is wholly unrelated to art. I really need to discuss it, however, with the RCM, and I need your badge for that. Okay, interesting. Unbelievable, sire. Even the performance artist didn't work. All right. Well, remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? I'll be honest, my badge is related to it. Oh, I see. She looks increasingly worried. So you're saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Well, I could have eaten it, for all I know. I don't remember anything in this world, the city, nothing. It's all new to me now. Oh dear, she sighs with confusion, sadness even. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition. As I said, ma'am, the lieutenant interjects, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM. Joyce's info on the lynching. Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge. Hang on, she's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some kind of mutually beneficial arrangement. Hello. Give me this. There we go. Oh, and she's sympathetic for our amnesia. How do I negotiate my way out of this? Yes. She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate. Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials. I will be frank with you. She puts down her thermal cup. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible. You're in, but expect to drive a hard bargain. Like what? Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal. So it goes to reason they're profiting from this trade. Yeah, makes sense. The company has tried looking into the matter before to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or, she picks the cup back up, you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause. Detective, Lieutenant, closes his notebook. A word in private before we continue. Excuse us for a moment, madam. Hey, psst. What, who, me? Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. What? What? How come there's word on the street? You keep saying things like down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who literally have more than 25 real in their pockets, literally murder of all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff. I haven't said anything like that. Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off the mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that, so tell me, do we have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder, or do we get right to it? Wait, what? Start building communism? I don't know, I don't have it in me. I'm beat down and broken. Very well, I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over unless anyone has objections. No objections. It's mathematically impossible to achieve a classless society. Everyone knows this. Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's no one. Okay then, lie down and let the water carry you downstream. Goodbye, communism. What the frick?
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go? Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, not to volunteer us to be her henchmen. Oh, really? I thought it was going pretty well. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands. Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you. Well, what do you propose? That we don't investigate this drug trafficking? No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union, or that we're on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is we ask her, then we investigate. Briefly, He adjusts his glasses. But do not share the outcome of the investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching. Oh, the company must have more ears on the ground. She could have known about my condition. I wouldn't go that far. Her reaction did come off as sincere to me. I think she's just quick to adapt. She's a professional after all. Well, we could also just find the badge. Oh, he nods slowly. That would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence. You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months. Okay, let's get back to her then. Listen, Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Well, okay. Tell me about this alleged drug trafficking. It's straightforward. Somebody's using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Sumerian Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years. Ingredients for what, ma'am? Meth and dextroamphetamine, GPL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't get from the stuff. Let me get this straight. The materials come from Samar to Revachol through the terminal? Yes, after they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter north of here. Wild Pines seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say that the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean? We're in logistics. It's our business to know, and no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. All right, and you want us to investigate? Yes, but you won't get anything out of Everett and the Dockworkers Union. Still, she raises her bony finger, every chain has its weak link. The handoff, the motor lorries at the roundabout. Yes, the lorries are bringing it in. Okay. Am I going to need bolt cutters for this? Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp, but in transit they may be vulnerable. How convenient that they're stranded like beach whales at that roundabout. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. She gives you a knowing look. We've talked to them all, so now we can get right to the point with them. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. Sounds good. Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them. Okay. So, what proof do you need that the Union is involved? How do you think they're financing the strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight. There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it. With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs? Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you. Sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in. Okay. Well, we've already have some suspicions that one of the drivers was present at the lynching. The two might even be connected. Or not, though if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it. As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done. All right, well, I don't think we've made up our mind about it. So let's discuss something. Let's see. I've made up my mind about the smuggling investigation. We're either going to take the case, probe the drivers. Yeah, we'll definitely take this case, and we'll see what it yields. Excellent, she says with a long sip of tea. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. We got the racist dude, the nice guy. So who knows? I don't remember the other one. Oh, maybe we talked to one that didn't talk to us. Maybe that's another lorry driver. It may come down to nothing, or it may blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, Let me know if there's any other way I can be of assistance. Okay, let's talk about, I know this is a bit random, but do you know something about these tattoos? Oh, that's the man who was killed. She almost takes the photo, but then stops. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching. Oh, so you know something about the tattoos. Better not tie the forestay of the backstay of this one. I hope there's something else I can help you with. All right, well, let's try it. You seem rich. Can I have some money? Is what you want to say. But it isn't that easy, is it? Well, why not? Can I just ask her? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint with your eyes, bub. Oh, what nice fabrics. Oh, why, yes. Tucked away under the sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat. While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red and cold, her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge, with worry, wealth, and all its possibilities. These are the kind of eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason. Yeah, so? Now look at you. You misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own nails. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. What is this saying? You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... I don't know if this is like a thing that they're saying, or we're just like referencing, it's like analyzing her. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. Listen, I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough. You think your little communism protects you from feeling? No, the more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet. As I was saying, her voice breaks the silence and suddenly you're back again. Nearby, a seagull pecks at a piece of garbage. If there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate. Well, not bad. I'm saying it. Yeah, can I have some money? Holy crap. Voila, you're doing it. Ma'am, help me. I'm really poor right now. I need money to, keep living. Yes, of course. I'm sad to hear that. She nods as if it's self-explanatory. How much do you need? This is banger. Oh, she's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on? What if I aim high? Not 1 billion. We'll say what if I need 10,000 real? Oh, come on now. Nobody carries that much cash on their person, and particularly in a place like Martinez. I'd get robbed. And even if I did, I still would not give you 10,000 real. I would rather buy something nice with it, like expensive hi-fi or a new hydrodynamic E40 sail. Her tone makes clear that you violated some kind of rich person taboo. Wouldn't be the first time. Hi-fi? I like high-fidelity disco music, too. I like high-fidelity anything, sir. She gives you a fast little smile. Now try again, but lower. All right, what about 70? That's a reasonable sum, not too small, not fantastically large. She zipped into her raincoat, pulls out a zip bag. In it, you see paper notes arranged like black gills. Holy crap. She removes a few notes and hands them to you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch. Whoa. You see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot. Train to Moneytown. Well, I hate to ask, but could I have some more? This may seem like odd behavior for a police officer, man, but it's a perfectly common side effect of his, squints at me, unusual medical episode. Oh, nice. It's all right, Lieutenant. The woman dips her fingers back into the bag. I really did bring as little cash with me as possible to avoid attention, so here you are, the last bit of filthy lucre I can share. So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still. Yeah, a good point, actually. I'm still getting my head around this whole money concept. You're just helping me out. You're right, ma'am. That donations are permitted under the Emergency Act. Unseemly as it may be, as long as they're properly logged with the precinct. Which is, he most certainly will do. She bows and then raises a single eyebrow in your direction. Now, how else can I help the RCM? Well, you seem real smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in. This reality? She pulls her head closer around the neck. Pulls her hood closer around the neck. Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case. I'm conducting a personal investigation into the world I find myself in. How truly curious, a sort of philosopher detective. Listen, my theory is that this is an inquiry into the nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder investigation. They really are one and the same. Are they now? The lieutenant cocks one eyebrow. A deep synthesis, she nods. I'll ask you however I can then. Or I assist you however I can. Go ahead, ask. All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay? All right, well, where are we? We're in Martinez, baby. Uh-huh, and what is Martinez? We already know about this. Fine. Would you be excused for not knowing about it? Unimportant, they say, forgotten even, shelled to smithereens during the revolution. Has its charms, just not this time of year. You mentioned a sea. What sea is this? It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol, and the bay feeds into the ocean. So we're near the ocean. Yes, we're on an island in the ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic. Known to the early Revacholians as the Immensity Bleu, the blue immensities. Got it. Vast, lukewarm, and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight. All right, well, that's Martinez, and what's Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city. What kind of city? The great kind. As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact. What makes Revachol so great? History, detective. They built the city to resolve. History, our part in it at least, are centuries. And why will it resolve history? Oh, they say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. All right. By that I mean conflicts, ideological conflicts, the stuff of men. Why here? We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean. The world's connective tissues, she smiles. It's where the money is. Oh, okay, so we're in basically an unimportant part of an important place. I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about, she points across the water where the skyscrapers rise, 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Intercom, coalition, government, and Cylindian mission command. Look to the sea. Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light, as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it. That's weird. I don't know. Let's just look at the water. Got a saw. Jamais vu. Derealization. She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence slowly. This is where you need to complete. This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you? Was there something else you wanted to know about? I remember something about a lowdown. This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask. He turns to you. About even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow, isn't that true, ma'am? Oh, absolutely. My commitment here is long-term. You know what, you're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later. He nods. It's better not to eat all your candy at once. Indeed. Okay. What is, think of something close to you? Impossible here. Reach for something fundamental. What are you? What is this? Okay, so we'll come back to her then. We'll take Kim's advice. Cool. That was big time. Gave us money and everything. So get a reality lowdown. Joyce is rich, willing to answer your questions. Keep asking Joyce questions about reality or return later. She'll be here. Awesome. We have to talk to her after we get other stuff anyway. There's something she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with your badge to hear it. Or perhaps if you did her a favor, she could waive off the formality. Whatever the case, you need to know what she knows. And then we got the jam mystery. Someone's using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients of drugs into Revachol. Joy says that there are 3 drivers at the intersection. Talk to them. One of them must know something about the drug trade. Interrogate the drivers about the smuggling. Okay. And then we got another thought in here as well. J'aimez-vous. No temporary research bonus. And we have the 15th Indo tribe. No temporary research bonus either. Okay. So, the plan is, I think we're going to rest for the night. I assume we just go back to our room. Wait a second. Southwest entrance to the tenement. Alright, so maybe this is our way in. We'll talk to this person tomorrow, maybe. Oh, we also have this. Hello. Because Kim said he wanted to go have a rest, right? This whole area up here is like, it's massive. Had no idea. And that led us to Joyce, who seemed pretty crucial in a bunch of things. And I guess we can even pay this guy back now, sadly. Maybe we can still get out of it. I don't know. Well, because we were going to try to negotiate with him. Maybe that's still on the table. Ooh, hello. Where are we at with any checks we can redo? Measure head and warded door. Okay.
Can I help you?
Yeah, so about that money I owe you. I was wondering, do you think we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight? Does that arrangement include you paying me what you already agreed you owed me? Well, listen, it's cold outside, man. I'll freeze to death because I'm losing this stupid money game. Everything is just a game to you, isn't it? Hold on, I still have my key, you know. Good luck trying to use it. He taps his foot against a metal box installed on the back of the counter. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with the master key before your guest key will open the lock. Well, this conversation isn't going anywhere, is it? Not to tell you, bring me my money. Okay, he turns to you with a heavy sigh. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here. Kim, you've been holding out on me? Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here. What the frick? Kim has offered to help. Go to his motor carriage at the front of the whirling. Needs to do something behind Kim's back and sneak out after he's gone to sleep. I haven't noticed things where he's like, oh, I don't want to do that necessarily, that seem like sketch, but... Inside you see all this stuff, the toolbox, sure. I have something we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure. Transport enclosure, regular people just call it the cage. All right, let's look. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark. I confiscated these for a while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. What are those things? They're spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels when the wheels come to stop. He makes a spinning motion with his hands. The caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them. It's just for vanity. A vanity he wouldn't mind. Whoa, you said something about that pawn shop. I don't know, I feel bad taking them when we've got the cash, but... It's tough. It says like he wouldn't mind actually using them. Yeah, he's our partner. He's helping us out. Yeah, I appreciate that. Let's take the help. Lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. So now we could go and sell the spinners south of the plaza. Okay, let's do it. I don't know if the pawn shop's going to be open, though. Down here, right? I mean, the guy was sketched, so maybe. And it is a pawn shop. Wow, nice. I got something to sell.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps. Lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners. Roy takes the hubcaps from Lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop. He marvels at the cobalt shimmer and nods. Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesk banger? No matter, I'll give you 200 real. Holy shit. No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you, the lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash. Of course, I mean no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again. Thank you. Takes the cash and turns to you. Oh! He's not giving us all 200. That's fair. Here's the 30 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it. The rest goes in his pocket. The rest is for him to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners. I feel bad for him. Anything else? No, we're good, actually. Okay. Well, it didn't totally work. I mean, it worked because we got 30 extra real out of it. So I'm happy about that. But might have hurt Kim's feelings a little bit. Might put a little damper on his life of having cool spinnies on his Kinema.
Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.